Hello traders, hello everyone, my name is Gregor and welcome to our new episode of Surfing the Elliott Waves, where I will look some of the most interesting developments for this week. This video has been brought to you by Orbex. I will take a look at cable, Aussie, crude oil, Euro Aussie and New Zealand dollar. Now firstly, if we take a look on cable, as you know, this market has came very sharply to the downside. We have seen a break below this trend line support, so it appears that this whole movement was corrective, this rise from March lows, and that we are turning back to the downside. The most important thing is that, as I said, we have this broken trend line and we have also an impulsive sell-off. So when looking at the 4-hour chart now, the question is if maybe wave B or maybe even wave 2 has already finished here at 1.3 psychological level, or is this going to be another rise back towards this same zone before the real sell-off occurs. In either case, I think that this market is bearish and that we will see more weakness in upcoming weeks. However, to watch out today's close. If we can rally and maybe close above or around 1.29 level, then I would probably look for this wave B or wave 2 to be irregular formation, meaning that 1.300 level or 1.3050 zone could still be retested before the real weakness will show up. At the same time, watch out obviously this former wave for swing support that can now become very nice resistance levels. Now let's take a look also we set on Aussie dollar. Now Aussie dollar is coming nicely to the downside, and we've been looking for this current retracement to be a little bit deeper because we are looking at the wave 4, and as you know yourself, wave 4 in Elliott wave patterns will usually retrace back to the 38.2% compared to the previous wave 3, and this comes in around 0.7 psychological level, and it's also the same zone that goes back here to this old swing high of this wave 3. So this could be very interesting potential support. So for now, I think that there is room for even more weakness, maybe even some kind of a bearish head and shoulders top formation here, meaning that a broken neckline can call even prices again back towards 0.7 target. So for now, I think that Aussie on the intraday chart is bearish, but on the higher degree time frame charts, this is only a temporary pause before we go maybe even higher. Now at the same time, obviously watch out what is going on the Hang Seng index. This one may have a bearish impact on Aussie if we see more weakness continuation lower here into this wave C, maybe even wave 3, which appears to be incomplete. At the same time, watch out what is going on copper prices. Here we are seeing potentially 5-wave rise, looking for a top here. So if this lower trendline support, if this channel is taken out, then of course this could be again weakness for Aussie as well. Now let's take a look on crude oil. Now crude oil came very nicely to the downside in the last few weeks, and it looks like this was wave A, this is now wave B, so more weakness can be in the cards. Now $30 per barrel up to 34.60, that's the area where I would be looking for a potential bottom of this corrective setback. Now looking at the 4-hour chart, and the reason why I think that this drop is incomplete is because previously you had these 5 waves of decline followed by this 3-wave rise, which for now stopped at this 61.8% retracement. Also, it was this previous lows that actually limited the upside here. And the most important thing is that we have seen a very nice drop here, and if we can get a little bit more weakness in the next 24 hours with an overlap with this wave A, well, that would make and confirm that the rise from this low of $36 per barrel to this 41.50 area was indeed a 3-wave movement. So in such case, you would be expecting more weakness, as I said, lower into wave C. And this obviously could mean that dollar will see more upside and that Canadian dollar is going to see much more weakness. Now let's take a look also on the Euro Aussie. Now Euro Aussie remains trapped in this consolidation. I believe it's a triangle. The reason for this sideways price action is probably the stock market, which came to the downside, meaning that commodity currencies in such situations can lose much more value compared to the euro, and that's why euro Aussie is actually sideways, or even it found some of the supports. But from an Elliott wave perspective, we see this triangle, an A, B, C, D, E pattern. This was wave A, you have wave B, C, D, and looks like that we now can be in a wave E. Now the first resistance is not far away, actually already been retested here around 1.6350, but then the even more important should be the 61.8% projection for wave E, measured of wave C from wave D low. This comes in here around 1.64 level. So, and then obviously this upper trend line resistance is very important. So maybe this zone will be important game changer for this pair. I would be expecting a weakness after this free wave rise up into wave E. The next market I want to look is New Zealand dollar. Where it is, here it is. Now this one is having some very nice patterns here. What we see is a 5-wave rise reversed by this current intraday drop, which can signal that we are actually making a top here. Why? Because this current weakness is coming from a new high after this wedge pattern, and this could be referred as an ending diagonal. As you know, these are very important reversal patterns, and whenever they are finished, confirmed obviously by broken trendline support, well, that's when price in volume and momentum can actually increase, meaning you could see a sharp sell-off back all the way to the starting point of this ending diagonal, which, you know, it's a far away here. So I would not be surprised to see more weakness. Let's not forget to mention that this drop came down here in 5 waves. So let's see if we can get in the next 24, or let's say maybe even 3 days, not only 24 hours, we may see some kind of a slow and choppy price action, which will give us an evidence and confirm that this indeed will be a corrective bounce. Well, in such case, you can expect weakness to resume towards much lower levels. But as I see right now on the intraday sequence here, it looks like that we could be looking for some temporary supports now after these 5 waves down. So be aware of rally before more weakness shows up. As I said, maybe later this week after this bounce. Traders, thank you very much for this for your attention. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please let me know or follow me on Twitter, and I'm sure I will get back to you with new fresh updates as always next week. Bye.